Welcome to the channel, and today we'll be listing estimated sales of top selling albums of November worldwide based on equivalent sales. This is quite late and I apologize for taking so long to put this out for those of you who have been waiting, but it's finally here. We'll be listing the top 10 best-selling albums worldwide based on data from music markets around the world compiled by the likes of chart data and media traffic to reveal worldwide estimates of music fans' favorite albums in November. Before we begin, remember to subscribe if you're new to the channel and turn on notifications. The debut solo studio album of Metro Boomin, Not All Heroes Wear Capes, released in November 2018 and was a top-selling hip-hop album of the month. The album opened with worldwide first-week sales of 131,000 equivalent units sold worldwide, and in the month of November was estimated to have sold 275,000 equivalent units globally. The soundtrack album of The Greatest Showman is so far the best-selling album of 2018, and in November still managed to be one of the top-selling albums worldwide despite spending nearly 1 year on the market. Most of its sales are fueled by actual pure sales, which is remarkable, and in November the album sold an estimated 279,000 equivalent units globally. Simulation Theory, the 8th studio album of MUSE, released on the 9th of November and opened with worldwide first-week sales of 190,000 equivalent units worldwide. With 3 weeks of tracked sales, the album made this month's top 10 and sold 334,000 equivalent units worldwide in the month of November. Origins, the 4th studio album of Imagine Dragons, released in November 2018 and was one of the best-selling albums of the month globally. It opened with sales of 187,000 on its first week worldwide, and with 3 weeks of sales tracking, made this month's top 10 list with sales of 339,000 equivalent units sold globally. Michael Buble's 8th major label studio album Love released on the 16th of November and opened with first week sales of 235,000 equivalent units sold worldwide. Despite having 2 weeks of sales tracking in the month of November, Love still made this month's top 10 list by selling 365,000 equivalent units globally. Delta, the 4th studio album by MUMFORD & Sons, released on the 16th of November and opened with first week sales of 350,000 equivalent units sold worldwide. Delta also had 2 weeks of tracking, but sales were high enough to land a spot on this month's top 10 with sales of 412,000 equivalent units sold globally. The soundtrack album of Bohemian, Rhapsody, released in October 2018, but was also one of the best-selling albums of November due to its steady sales momentum since it released. With 4 weeks of sales tracked in November, the soundtrack album sold an additional 536,000 equivalent units worldwide in November. Power of Destiny by 101, released on the 19th of November 2018 and was one of the biggest albums of the month worldwide. It opened with sales of 443,000 equivalent units sold in its first week and ended the month with global sales of 604,000 equivalent units sold in November. The soundtrack album 4 Stars Born by Lady Gaga and Bradley Cooper is one of many soundtrack albums released in 2018 that has also performed exceptionally. It's safe to say 2018 was a comeback year for soundtrack albums, and in terms of pure sales, they seem to be doing better than the rest of the music industry. The album sold 604,000 equivalent units in the month of November, with pure sales making up a high percentage of its total album sales. Don't Mess With My Tempo by K-pop boy band EXO, released on the 2nd of November and was the top-selling album of November 2018, miles above every album in the month. For 2 weeks in a row, it was the best-selling album in the world and ended November with worldwide estimated sales of 1,246,000 equivalent album units sold. This is more than double the album sales of the second best-selling album of the month, which is quite remarkable. Albums like Kamikaze, Scorpion, Astroworld, and Sweetener all sold over 200,000 equivalent units worldwide in the month of November, but missed the top 10 of the month as they all failed to sell up to 275,000 equivalent units worldwide, which is the sales of the last album on this list. And if you enjoy the content of this channel, consider donating to our PayPal at the link in the description of this video. If you'd like to know more about what we mean by equivalent sales, click the link that pops up at the top right corner now. Thanks for watching, and remember to subscribe to the channel if you enjoy this.